Yo, what's up? It's finally here. The big Guerrilla Warfare update, as predicted by yours truly, was released yesterday. And I collected a bunch of experience with most of the new stuff, especially the Guerillas, the Partisans themselves. So I can share you some really nice opinions and footage and experiences. And also go over all the changes, because compared with what was announced a couple weeks ago, there are additional new things, and these new things are really spicy. I'm very happy we got these additional things, so let's go over them. First of all, the new map. Well, I've heard overall good impressions, though it's ridiculously rare. I think I queued for like 20 games yesterday and today, trying to get the new map so I can show you the new map, but I only got it 2 times. And I got tired of leaving maps trying to get it, because the first 10 connects in a row didn't get this map, and I thought, what the hell? And I was playing BR2 Germans, pure BR2, to maximize the chance to get this map, but nope, nothing, sad. And the saddest thing is I only got it once in Conquest and once in Confrontation. Not even in Invasion, where this map is even better. And what's also disappointing, if you look at the footage of the new trailer, which looks quite cool, you see weather effects, severe weather, even night effects. You even see it on the thumbnail, yeah? But I didn't see any weather and night effects in the game. What the hell? People want to get those weather effects. So whatever monkey at Darkflow is responsible for this, and I can't call this person any other way, until we get a high frequency of weather effects, this needs to be changed. Give us the damn weather effects. This is what people want. This is what people want. And the discussions about, oh, if PS drop, and what if someone uses night filters to get advantages, yeah, fucking whatever. These discussions were solved a long time ago. The conclusion was, people want to have fun. Just give people what they want and be happy about it, and people are gonna pay you. So, for what are they gonna pay you? Well, for these Guerillas, for example, here you can see the German premium Guerilla, Partisan. And, well, they are different from what people said, because they are really complicated. I'm gonna make a class guide on them soon. Soon means, in my case, around 2 to 4 weeks, though this is urgent, so it's gonna be faster. Here's the thing with them. Before the release, people went in hyperventilation mode, claiming Enlisted is going to end because everyone's going to play Guerillas, because they're overpowered and you can't play anything else anymore. And this was obviously stupid as hell, because they are still a 5-man squad. They are still kept. Whenever you want to power scale something, the first thing you do is you look at the minimum and maximum power. Now the minimum power is, well, quite high, because they are basically an assault squad of 5 soldiers. This is really good, because they have the strongest weapon type, SMGs. But, or second strongest weapon, assault rifles are stronger. Oh, here we see our first limitation. If you want to play them on high BR, their power drops significantly, because they can't get assault rifles. They're limited to SMGs. So this is where they don't get the Panzerfaust, things like that, which doesn't make sense, by the way, especially for the German Partisans, the Volkssturm dudes. And yeah, so this is the first power limit. Second power limit is they're still just 5 soldiers. So every squad with 7, or even rifleman squads with 9, will just be stronger in pure confrontations. So their power level is significantly limited. Now what about their trickery? Well, their trickery is they can run through gray zones. This works most often, but I had an experience today where I played Defense Monastery in Moscow, and on the second objective I tried to do the Partisan thing and infiltrate the enemy gray zone, because these buildings on the left side always have ready points. And I thought, alright, let's have fun. And I went there, and after 90 meters, after being 90 meters behind the objective, I got a strange notification on my screen. You're entering the enemy spawn area. And I thought, oh nice, good. Good that you tell me, because now I know that the enemies will be spawning here. But I thought, wait, why didn't I see this earlier? And then I see, wait, damn, I'm getting the gray zone. And I think, what the fuck? I'm 90 meters away from the objective and I'm getting the gray zone. As a partisan, So you see there are some maps that need to be adjusted, because this is damn stupid. damn stupid because on some maps I can get 200 meters behind the objective. Here it was 90. Now obviously, yeah, so they're not that overpowered everywhere. Also, from experience I can tell you, most teams don't build no fucking rallies. What does this mean? That you can't even get into the enemy gray zone. So most of the time you're forced to use these dudes as assaulters, basically as pure fighters with SMGs, and only rarely you get the luxury situation that you can infiltrate the enemy backlines. The only game where I was able to basically run around the enemy gray zone half the time was playing Regev Conquest. By the way, Regev with weather effects, close contender for best maps in the game, because definitely top 5, because it just looks insanely immersive. Insanely immersive. The more I play this map, the more I like it. It's the first time ever in the game that I actually look forward to playing Conquest, because it gives me a high chance to play this map with fog and snow effects. And what I did is, right from the beginning, it was a 3 objective version, I drove my APC to the left side, hit it, 90 meters away from the enemy objective and 90 meters from ours, so, well, perfect. And then I just kept spawning there with my Guerilla Partisans and just kept running through the enemy gray zone and just harass them and blow up their stuff. Yeah, that works, but you have to work for it. And here's the big takeaway, to make it short. These Partisans are only strong if you're playing low BR, maximum mid BR, and if you're making sure you prepare the spawns very well, and if your enemies aren't too strong. Because if enemies are too strong, they will be very fast, and you won't really, and they will also be very strong in terms of killing your teammates, and this usually means you will have even less rallies, and the 5-man quantity will be even more of a problem. So they are good for, I would say, BR1 to 3, meaning if you play them maximum BR2, so you don't get up-tiered into higher BRs, then they are good and they are fun. But anything higher, it puts severe limits on them. Also, the fact that enlisted players aren't the best at playing enlisted also limits them severely. Now, regarding their trickery, one thing I really liked, and it was fun, is that you have infinite ammunition. The special ammo pouches they have, literally, are infinite ammunition. I think the only time I ran out of bullets was when I killed like 20 soldiers. And then I had to reload. Wow. And at an ammo box. And only because I didn't have a secondary weapon. Because I was grinding the new squad. If I had one, this wouldn't... So yeah, this is insanely good. And picking weapon up... Yeah, picking weapons from the ground oftentimes is disappointing, because you get a fucking bolt action rifle and you oftentimes want something better, I would say. So yeah, also if you play the premium squads, you actually picking up stuff will make usually your weapons worse. So since you already will have the best stuff available. So yeah, all right, but still this is quite yeah, like there are multiple strategies. I've thought about some really deep ones, and I'm gonna tell you them in the Partisan class guide, obviously, because there are some things you can do really well, especially regarding planning ahead. But yeah, one sad thing is that the camos that they have is, yeah, it looks a bit strange, especially if you're running through the Ardennes map with this outfit, especially if you're dressed like you're working at the bank, but have to defend Berlin afternoon. So yeah, it doesn't, yeah, like I don't really mind that much, but still, it's just not that good. Yeah, it's just not that good. Yeah, but okay. I'm gonna of course also show you some stuff from the game, but you can take a look at them. Here the premium German ones. Well, here they're in all of their beauty. Here's the commander, the dude who was alive in real life. Here's some random grandpas. Yeah, they look cool if you play Berlin, but here's the thing. Most of the time the Volkssturm was wearing warm stuff, warm clothes, because it was cold. Late 44, early 45. So they wouldn't even be dressed like this, so you should be able to give them some warm stuff. Can we? Can we? No, they all have the grandpa outfit. This is a problem. You can give them a helmet. I gave the helmet, by the way, to the to the normal German Volkssturm squad. And yep, I gave them all helmets because, yeah, A, to give them some headshot protection, and B, because in real life they also would have worn helmets. They only ran around with heads if they couldn't find helmets. Obviously everyone puts on a helmet if he has to fight and there's artillery exploding around you the whole time. Now regarding these dudes, I recommend to quickly grind them. Since I got the premium one, I won't play the normal one, though there are still advantages of the normal one. First of all, look at their stats. They get basically +8. The premium ones only get +6, so they have 2 more perk points. And also their perk points are, well, I didn't max them out, but they give you some more leeway in terms of how you perk them. If you don't want to play them, I still recommend you to quickly grind these experience booster parts and the squad size, so you can fight faster and better, the games that you play, and then quickly unlock these PPSH Obrez, because this thing slaps. The weapon is, I would say, highly overrated right now, because people think it's overpowered as hell. There were already individuals, troglodytes, on the forum calling this weapon overpowered. It was emergency demoted from BR3 to BR2, and I have to say, yeah, look at this. This is a severe damn problem. 2.5 damage means you need to get 4 hits. 4 hits to be able to kill even the weakest soldier in the game. And only if you hit his body perfectly and not spray a random bullet into his arms or his legs. Yeah, this is a problem. Like the amount of... the 35 bullets are great. The fire rate is insane. This thing shoots 19.16 bullets per minute. And like in order to kill someone with 4 bullets to the body, you have to spray this weapon for 0.4 seconds. Yeah, this means if you're spraying it to enemies, yeah, if you spray into a group of enemies, but keep in mind you run out of bullets very quickly too. So what I recommend with this weapon is, and this is basically obligatory, because this weapon has an extreme downside, and its only upside is that it's quite easy to use on short range, and it's very fun, because if you shoot it, the bullets are flying upwards, which looks very nice. You absolutely have to dual wield it with another weapon that's better on mid-range. Because if you shoot this on mid-range, you're just literally clowning yourself. So yeah, it's for the Germans it's obligatory to pair it with the MP40. Not only for style and immersion reasons, but also for just power, because this weapon otherwise underperforms. But if you have this for long range and then this for short range, oh, now you have a good combo, because now you can actually spray everything away at normal distances. And if someone gets shot close to you, then you just instantly demolish him. So yeah, this is quite cool. Absolutely cool. For the premium part, here's the question some people had. If you dual wield the premium partisans for the Germans, you get the Soviet PPSH. This weapon is overpowered as hell. It's the strongest SMG on low BR. It's one of the strongest weapons overall in low BR. And it's so strong that it would be even one of the strongest SMGs on BR3. Yes, it has good damage, it has the normal SMG damage, and an insane fire rate, with low recoil and 35 bullets. And high fast reload, though this isn't that important. This is insanely good. This is insanely good. And here's the fun part, the Germans finally get it. Yeah, this is the main reason to get the German premium partisans. You get this overpowered ridiculous weapons. And what's extra funny is that now, after the Germans had to suffer constantly since 1 year against this weapon on low BR, now the Americans can also suffer against it, because the Germans are playing it against them. So yeah, and of course you want to dual wield at MP40, because A, this would be a common med combo in real life, and B, this is once again mid-range and this is short range. But this weapon is so good it's even good on mid-range. Yeah, this weapon is just insane, absolutely insane. So right, so much to the... yeah, they don't share the ammunition. They don't share. So you literally get fucking over 400 bullets. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Alright, then what else is new? Well, by the way, I haven't played them for the other nations yet. The next I will play the Soviets. Though, here's the problem. If I play Soviets, I will literally have the same weapons as I play for the Germans, because they come with a captured MP40 and use the normal PPS-43 they have. So it's basically the same experience. Though I would say they look better. Like I gave them these helmets matching with the color, and they have this NKVD dude making sure they get shot if they retreat 1 meter. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Overall, by the way, it's better to have the MP40 first and this secondary than the other way. It just saves you switching time because it's better to start with MP40. But yeah, whatever, not that important though. Then, don't worry, I'm gonna show you everything that's new. We also have the premium Beretta. Well, I didn't use them. I think it's the Paratroopers. You can see in the research tree or in the shop. Ah, it's this squad. Oh, here's by the way the big thing. If you want Paratroopers, these are a good deal. Like people were complaining, quite rightfully, about the Paratroopers not being for free in the game. This is literally a policy by now. For those who didn't get it yet. It's like every game wants to have something absolutely exclusive. So, and everyone wants to, and they need one that everyone understands that it's exclusive. And the one thing, basically only one thing that's exclusive in Enlisted are Paratroopers. But these are ridiculously cheap. They are quite cheap, especially once they go for sale. Very soon, next month. Everyone expects next month for sale. Yeah, like a Paratrooper squad for so cheap, really good. The weapon they have isn't really good though. It's actually, yeah. Well, yeah, it's, oh my god, it's, by the way, it's not bad. Especially for BR1, it's really good. It's better than all the starter stuff you get. It even has a bayonet. So you can charge. And they, once again, get the perfect perks of Paratroopers. Meaning they're basically level 2 soldiers. And they get additional vitality. So this squad is good. They don't expect something overpowered for high BR. But they are absolutely playable. So yeah, this is quite good. Very underrated, I would say. Especially for new players, I recommend this. Also, they save you basically multiple types of squads. Because in their Paratrooper box, you can find mortars, you can find engineer hammer for a universal engineer, so you can build anti-air guns, anti-tank guns, and so on. And you get a radio man, you get snipers, so they are basically saving you squad slots because you get everything in one. So yeah, this is quite a nice deal for those who want to get Paratroopers finally. Then, well, the Obrez, yeah, I recommend everyone to research it. It's a bit immersion breaking because if you put it everywhere, yeah, especially for the Germans, it was very rare. Also for the Soviets, it was rare. But still, it's a fun weapon that's very fun to play for the first time. So I guess I let most of my soldiers dual wield MP40s with Obrezes. Maybe I get tired after a couple of days or weeks, but for right now, they're just really fun to play. So yeah, whatever. Now, what about the Americans? Well, they got shafted. Why? Because, as it turns out, this Ithaca shotgun that was announced having 4 bullets, 7 bullets I think, only comes with 4. Why? Because it only had 4 in real life. But now, it literally means that you, instead of having a fun new thing, you just get a bad new thing. What the fuck? Yeah, this is like the Americans got completely shafted this update. There's literally nothing for them. Yeah, I mean, you can put a Browning. It's obviously better, but the Browning isn't new. We already had it. It's only new for the Japanese. So yeah, the Americans got shafted really hard. But yeah, but still, at least they have some flavorful partisans. Let's take a look at them. Yep, they get the... Yeah, well, they get the Agas party. Yeah, not that flavorful. Yeah, whatever. I guess everyone wanted to get the French partisans, and there will be in the event. I'm surprised, by the way, the event hasn't started today. Because the other event literally ended today. I guess it's going to start tomorrow. But yeah, whatever. Then oh, that's wrong. Well, we also get the Browning for the Japanese. And this is actually better. Because this is exactly the Browning that we saw for the Americans. But the Japanese actually got something new with this inclusion. Because they lacked a shotgun. Now they have a shotgun. Sadly not with a bayonet, because in real life they were able to put bayonets on them. But still, it's a fun inclusion for the Japanese weaponry, because you have so many SMGs and many of them are actually good on longer ranges. And for example, this is good on every range because it has basically 0 recoil. Yeah, and this isn't even upgraded, by the way. So yeah, having a Browning that you can dual wield also, so you have short and mid-range capabilities. Yeah, this is really cool for the Japanese. Much better for the Americans. The only problem is the Pacific maps are usually all mid-range to long range, so shotguns aren't really good there. In real life they were good because you had thick jungles, but you don't have any thick jungles in Enlisted because for some reason we don't get the immersive, realistic nature effects and regular vegetation, stuff like that in the game. But yeah, alright. Then Maxim Tokarev got less recoil, which is fun if you play high BR Soviets, because it doesn't change anything because it was already one of the 2 best machine guns in the game. Yeah, okay. And now something very important, and this is something that's a surprise. Yep, October surprise, not only for Americans, but also for every Enlisted player. You get specific parameter, specific weapon stats. Yes, and here's how it works. First of all, now this is a special case. By the way, since we were talking about the Soviets, let's take a look at the Soviets. Here we have the Maxim Tokarev, and it has shot deviation. Now, shot deviation is one of the new parameters. It means the higher the number, the less the accuracy of bullets. So even if you aim perfectly at a target, the higher the number, the more bullets will miss the target. And you can see machine guns have a shot deviation around 40. If you look at bolt actions, you can expect a much better precision, meaning less shot deviation. Yes, 16. And if you look at low BR machine guns, they have also something of a similar thing. So yeah, and different bolt actions also might come with different shot deviations. So yeah, this shot deviation, then you get recoil control. What is recoil control? It's 2 things in one. First, the higher the recoil control, the less recoil you will get. Basically, the higher the number, the more you will actually secretly subtract from the recoil numbers themselves. So this is good. The higher recoil control, the better. For those who wonder why is it so, why isn't this just calculated right from the start? Well, you can't do it any other way. It makes mathematically sense, though it would take long to explain. And then the important second effect, whenever you shoot and the recoil puts your weapon up, the higher the recoil control, the more the weapon will go back to its original point of aiming. A recoil control of 100% would mean if you shoot and your weapon goes up, it goes completely back exactly to where it was. Not if you keep spraying, because the effect disappears after some bullets, but still really useful. And if you see recoil control of 50%, then if your weapon goes up very high, it would go back by 50% of what it went up. So yeah, the more recoil control, the better. Then the sprint factor, very important. The sprint factor means, let's take a look at the bolt action rifle. First of all, Tokarev has a sprint factor of 35. Bolt action has one of 100. 100 means if you run with this weapon, you will have 100% of your speed. If you have a weapon with anything less than 100 sprint factor, it means you only have 35% of your speed. So you get a 65% penalty on your running speed. This is an important stat, because it shows you, for example, that other machine guns have different speed penalties. This one is only 20%. Yes, this weapon punishes you 3 times as much as this. And with the RD44, you will be running roughly twice as fast as with the Maxim Tokarev. You see, these are important stats for making decisions which weapons you're taking. With this weapon, you can run around basically the same as with an SMG. Not with this one. So it makes sense to have them both dual wielded. This is something I've been telling for years, people, but some people didn't want to accept that dual wielding is the way to go. So yeah, these are very important stats. The only stat we're missing now is the aim speed stat, how fast you can aim. Meaning, if you're not aiming, if you're not zooming in, and you click on zooming in, how fast do you actually see it on your screen? Once we see this, we will finally have perfect transparency for all weapons, and we can actually perfectly analyze weapons. But now, yeah, it's still fine, because yeah, something like this makes sense. Also, if you look at this, We can compare, okay, S-44, shot deviation 55, very high. Fedorov, shot deviation 35. Oh, this weapon's gonna be more precise. I didn't know that yet. Then, recoil control 70, good. Fedorov, 70, okay, the same. And then spin factor 100 and 100. You see, basically no speed penalty on the SMGs. Which is why they are so much liked. Which is why they're so good for attacking, because with machine guns you always get spin penalties. Not with SMGs or assault rifles. Okay, then we also get... Let's see, so okay, stuff like that. Another thing, by the way, that wasn't fixed, that had to be fixed, is the very annoying artillery strike bug, where the game tells you to call artillery strike because you have one open, but there's already one called. This is extremely annoying, and it still wasn't fixed, so yeah, whatever, annoying. Then you can run in water now. I tried it. If the water is too deep, it doesn't work. I guess it was a bug where the water was shallow and you got slowed down or whatever. But yeah, with deep water, it didn't work. Alright, then vehicles. Now here comes more of the spice. The duck was implemented. What's the duck? Well, it's a German BR1 plane. And I literally took it out of my lineup and brought back the trusty, good old, everyone's favorite World War II plane Stuka, because the duck kept disappointing hard. Now the duck is, ironically enough, it doesn't have a duck as an icon. It has a much cooler icon. Here's the thing about the duck. It's fun to play, and it's highly, perfectly rated on BR1. And if you want to experience profound retardation, look at forum posts where people scream how this plane is overpowered and needs to be BR5. Here's the deal. This plane is ridiculously hard to aim. You need a couple hours practice to learn it. If you already have dozens of hours practice with planes, and if you're really good with planes, then you might get some precise hits on enemy tanks, but not any other way. Also, you only have 13 shots, and these shots aren't even that precise, and the damage models aren't perfect, meaning oftentimes if you get a good hit, it barely has an effect. Other times you get a hit and the tank instantly dies. So this isn't as in real life, where you basically always kill a tank if you shoot it from somewhere the sky. No, in-game it's not that effective. And it only has small machine guns. Meaning, since you will play this most of the time, I guess in BR2, BR3, you will be significantly weak against enemy planes. So you're literally only good against enemy tanks and nothing else. This highly limits your usefulness. Like, this plane can basically only be played by people who are playing pure BR1, which I'm going to make guides for beginning of next year, because then we will have more, meaning enough BR1 stuff, so we can have pure BR1 matches, also enough players. But it's so it's so narrow, unless you have lots of squad slots, you can't even afford playing this, because if you have a plane slot, well, you expect to be able to kill enemy planes if they're annoying and harassing you, right? Yes, but not with this thing. Not with this damn thing. So, yeah, this is just, yeah, it's fun, it's very cool, but it's not that good. But there's one other thing that's great to shoot down enemy planes, enemy tanks, and it's, ironically enough, the Soviet Yak 9. And this thing is damn insane, because turns out, if you have an actually good plane with actually good flying characteristics, meaning a good speed, you don't even need more speed, because otherwise it would be too hard to hit the targets. So this speed is basically perfect. I think, do I have it upgraded or not? I don't have it. Wait, I don't have it. So I'm going to buy it. Once the sale comes out, I'm going to buy this instantly. It's quite expensive, but whatever, it's going to be very fun. This plane, and you can try it out in the practice mode, is actually what people claim the duck would be. It flies well, it climbs well. Well, in order to get a good angle, you need to climb first. The duck can't climb. And you have a good turn rate, so you don't get shot down by every enemy plane. And you have heavy machine guns, well, one at least, meaning you can actually kill enemy planes. And you also have lots of 45mm, so you can also, well, very reliably shoot enemy planes with this. and hit them too, because the bullet drop-off is so ridiculously hard with the duck that you basically always have to shoot in a parabolic form. You can't shoot straight, and you shoot extremely slowly. Not with the yak. With the yak, everything is perfectly fine. So yeah, this is the super dangerous version of the duck. And here's the biggest argument why the duck is weak. This is a BR3 plane. This is infinitely better than the duck in every single way. And yes, this cannon is better than the 75. You're gonna more reliably, more often kill enemy tanks with this than with the other. Because what you want to calculate is how many tanks are you gonna kill on average per resupply. Well, definitely more with this. You can get better angles, you're faster, or how many tanks per minute. Because you even gonna resupply faster with this. Yeah, you can aim better with it. You're gonna, like 45 millimeters is enough for every tank. That you don't even need 75 millimeters. You have many more bullets, you're shooting faster, and you're gonna survive because you won't get shot down instantly by everything. Yeah, so yeah, this is the actual duck. This is the actual overpowered plane, and it's BR3, and it would be overpowered. It would be too weak for BR4. So you see, the duck is perfectly placed for those who for those who are afraid of the duck. Then what about the Marders? Now here's the deal with the Marders. The a little bit better one got BR3, the worse one got BR2. Okay. And the worst one, well, what's the difference? The cannon is different. A little bit of the hull and turret too, but basically only the cannon. The BR3 Marder has, depending on distance and angle, between 15 and 35 millimeter more penetration. That's it. This does, and the normal penetration of it's between 100 millimeters and 150 or 160 millimeters. This thing one-shots everything. In low BR, everything, and even on BR3 it one-shots everything. I literally one-shot KV once without aiming. I just instantly clicked once my cursor touched the KV1, and the KV1 died. Yes, this is literally a tank destroyer because it destroys tanks with its cannon. And another good thing about it is, look at how high this cannon is placed. You don't have too much depression when you aim downwards. But guess what? You still can aim a bit downwards. And this means that your shells are gonna land much less flat than the shells of other tanks. This gives you much more explosion area. Because the HE shells in Enlisted are basically bugged or nerfed because the explosion models are bad. With this tank, this bug doesn't come up. So your HE behaves more like a 80mm HE than a 76mm. So this is insanely fun. This is insanely fun and insanely good. You die instantly if enemies are around you. So you always have to gray zone. Well, I still only do it half the time. I'm always aggressive with my tanks. So you just need to, if you go closer to the action, you need to have the aim of killing as many enemies as possible because you will die soon anyway. So yeah, this is unlike the duck. The duck is fun, but it's not strong, but this one is strong. Yeah, but only BR2. On BR3, the other one is a complete disappointment and failure. The other one also should be BR2. Because, yeah, why not? Oh, but the other one is better. Yeah, doesn't matter. He's not significantly better. And you still have to grind. So there are many planes where the second one in the folder is much better than the first. And no one says, oh, the second one has to be next BR. No. So yeah, the Marders are good. They are really good. They are really fun. And I recommend, if you like to play tanks for Germans, always have one highly mobile tank. Like, always play the Panzer IIIM. Always. This is the infantry destroyer. The 75 millimeter caliber means you have insanely big HE shells, and they kill everything. And you have the fastest reload speed in the game, basically. Yeah, you have only a little Johnson on your tank, but it doesn't matter. He kills all infantry's, you see. And you have a 5-man crew, and you're ridiculously fast. This is literally the Blitzkrieg tank, or one of them at least, of the Ghost Division. And you can perfectly destroy enemies. You can kill many low BR tanks easily too. And you can perfectly flank, so you can kill actually every tank from the side. And you can use it aggressively to get on objectives, leave the tank and capture with your 5-man crew. This tank is perfect. Like, it has speed, it has good armor, by the way. And its cannon is just insane. And it even has 2 machine guns, so you can actually shoot down enemy planes with it too. Yeah, so you always want this. But if you, especially if you get up-tiered, you want to have a tank that's good against other tanks. And this is exactly where the Marder comes in. So yeah, I recommend everyone to dual wield these 2 tanks in your army. Before the Marder came, I used the Panzer III J1. Because it's like a Panzer IIIN, but with a weaker caliber, 50mm, but a longer cannon, so better penetration. So yeah, and the other tank also was fast and mobile. If you want an all-round tank, if you only have 1 tank slot, still play the Panzer III J1. Because this is the overall best low BR German tank. It still has strong enough HE shells against infantry, and it has a great penetration on its cannon against other tanks. So that's fine. But if you have 2 tank slots, then yeah, splitting up and using these specialized tanks is a good way. Not to have only fun, but also to have power in your army. Alright, then the Soviets got a free KV-2 in the tech tree. And here's another drama. Because some whales, and whales aren't among the smartest people in the world, I think, complained, oh no, I got tricked by Gaijin because I bought the KV-2 from the shop. And it set me back 5,000 gold. And now, oh no, I will never trust Gaijin again. Because now everyone gets a KV-2 for free. First of all, there are multiple fallacies involved in the statement. Secondly, you didn't get fucked. You still have an upgrade. Because this KV-2 doesn't have a machine gun. And the KV-2 has the problem of an insanely long reload speed. Insanely slow reload speed. The shop version has a machine gun, meaning while you're reloading, every partisan that tries to put TNT charges on you can still get shot by the machine gun. Yep, here it is. And this is a significant quality difference. And this little machine gun is like day and night in terms of power for the KV-1. And another advantage is everyone who already bought a KV-1 and who apparently is a big fan of the KV-2, I mean, and who's apparently a big fan of the KV-2, now can have 2 KV-2s. People who didn't buy the shop KV-2 only can have 1. So the ones who bought 1 still have the big advantage. They still have all the advantages in the world. So yeah, so some people, they have problem with logical economical thinking, but okay. Problems. Okay, then, a juicy one. Americans didn't get completely shafted overall. The A20G25. For those who played before the merge, and this is literally the last thing I unlocked before the merge, because in the last year I spent I think 8 months grinding Tunisia, because I barely played any Tunisia at all. And then before the merge I quickly wanted to finish the campaigns. And this was the basically last unlock I had. It was literally the last unlock in the whole tech tree. What is this? What are these 2 planes? Well, this is basically the medium heavy bomber of the Americans. It has 3 men. It's quite big. It can sustain big damage before it falls. It can even burn and survive for 1 minute and still function. So yeah, very tanky plane. 6 HMGs in the nose, which is insane. There's nothing easier than killing planes with this plane. The only problem is you're flying very slowly like a brick. But if you manage to touch an enemy plane with these, it's instantly dead. There's no way to survive. Aiming is even easy because you have six of them perfectly distributed. So this is insane. And you get 4 heavy bombs. Also nice. For those who don't like bombs and prefer rockets, you can have the rocket version now, the M8 version. Why? Because it has M8 rockets. And it has 12 of them. Yes, look at this. Look at this. I was glazing the P-38G for the Americans on low BR because it's just the most fun plane ever. And it has 6 of them. Now imagine what happens if you get 8 of them. If you get 12 of them. Yes, absolutely insane destruction happens. And nothing on the ground survives. This isn't as devastating as a P-47 with its 10 HVAs, because HVAs are, I would say, roughly twice as strong as M8 rockets. But still, regarding explosion effects, but still 12 of them is really, really good. There's only one problem, and this is, look how far away they are. They're like 2 to 3 meters away from the center, meaning it's extremely hard to hit targets. It's extremely hard to aim. You will need multiple hours of practice to learn how to aim with them. But if you actually manage to do that, congratulations, now you're an extremely good pilot, because these rockets have good penetration. You can kill basically every tank in the game if you get a straight hit. And especially if you have, yeah, let's put it this way. If you aim one of these wings properly at an enemy tank, and he gets hit by 6 rockets, the RNG gods are severely on your side. The tank is gonna die. But it's obviously especially strong against infantry, where it absolutely shines. So yeah, Americans got some goodie after all, so you don't have to cry. Alright, then we get better track physics, meaning the tracks look better while you drive, more realistically, though no one really noticed it. No one really noticed it, basically. Then why is the Yak so good? Well, it got APHE shells, so now they explode, and once you penetrate a tank, you actually deal damage. So yeah, this is very good. Then, as already explained, I uploaded on Instagram, where you not Instagram, Twitter, where you should follow me. Absolutely, we have to reach Elon Musk's numbers with our little Enlisted account. Screenshot about which BR you get which cannons. Basically, if you're in a low BR battle, BR1 to BR3, you will get the little anti-tank guns, and if you're in a high BR game, you will get the big anti-tank guns. So yeah, really good. Meaning now, if you get up-tiered playing BR3, you actually have a chance against enemy tanks. Also, these cannons are different, meaning even like some of them have better penetration, some of them have stronger HE shells, some of them have faster reload, and so on. So they're not all the same, which is fun, because obviously the more asymmetrical balance you have, the more specialized nations are and the more fun they are to play. And some people were whining, why do the allies get the same and the Axis get the same? It's ahistorical. Yes, they are placeholders for once the real models are finished, because it will take possibly weeks or months, and it sucks if you wouldn't get this feature now. Obviously, having the feature now is better than having to wait for the proper models. So yeah, having this in the game now is severely good. Very, very good. Then we get some interface updates. Nothing too big. Though you can now exchange your research points for silver. How do you do that? Well, let's say you're playing Germans and you accumulated a couple bonus experiences. You click on it, on the equal sign, and now you can slide how much you want to exchange. A couple months ago, Gaijin thought it would be smart to not have a slider and force you to exchange everything, which would be stupid, because you want to always save up. Let's say, I recommend always keep 200 to 1/4 experience, because this means once the new update comes out, you instantly can unlock 2 of the last levels. So let's say the Germans get the Messerschmitt 262. It's definitely in the last tier where you need more than 100,000 experience. Congratulations, you can unlock it. And imagine the Germans get the Messerschmitt and let's say, oh, MG42 with 100 round, what everyone demands, then you can also instantly unlock them. And yeah, so you need 200,000 and then you're safe, and the rest doesn't matter that much. Though keep in mind you still have to grind the squads, because the squads themselves still have these things, and you sadly can't put your extra experience into this. This is very annoying, because grinding squads is actually much more tiresome than grinding the tech tree. So yeah, but whatever. Alright. Then, that's almost everything, by the way. Regarding graphics, some people complained they had their graphics reset after every update. I had this issue too, but not this time. Not this time. This time I'm set on high. Last time I was forced to go into ultra, which basically took away 20 FPS from me, and I went back to high. So yeah, so I guess it's a bug that some people have, but not everyone. Just go back to your settings and that's it. Obviously, it's annoying if you put some fine-tuning in your settings. Meaning here, well, in that case, yeah, that sucks too. I personally stopped doing the fine-tuning here, because the game is quite well optimized. Also, my graphic card is doing some of the fine-tuning itself. So I just click here ultra or high, and then everything's optimal by itself. And then for the end, we get some new maps. Now, new maps means some changes on new maps. Yeah, not that much. And I have to say, the biggest problem with the new map is, yeah, as I already implied, no weather effects. And the map is ridiculously rare. Ridiculously rare. We have one little detail, and it's that the KFC village got some changes. I haven't played the map yet, and I've read, I don't know, multiple, over the last 2.5 years, I've read multiple times that this map got changed, allegedly improved, and as long as the improvements don't include removing most of the caves, which are breaking the game, and the bots, then yeah. But yeah, maybe I will suffer for your sake and try to play the map again and see if it's finally playable. Another new feature of the update is that if you are getting put into a higher BR game than your army's BR is, let's say you're playing a BR2 army or BR3 army and you're getting put into a BR5 game, the game checks the highest BR level of your tanks. If your tanks are 2 BRs under the game's BR, you can spawn a free tank on the map that the game gives you, and this tank will be 1 BR above your tank. Meaning it's exactly in between your BR and the BR of the game. So if the game is BR5 and your strongest tank is BR3, you can spawn a BR4 tank. Or if your tank is BR2 and you're getting put into a BR4 game, you can spawn a BR3 tank, and so on. Make sense? Now this creates, yeah, this solves this mitigates the issues a little bit, not by much, but at least by a little bit, regarding how you can deal with enemy tanks if you get up tiered, because penetrating high tier tanks is extremely hard. It's almost impossible with low tier tanks, and this helps. This helps a lot. And for those wondering why don't you get the maximum BR automatically, well, it's to incentivize people to grind, because if you would get the maximum BR tanks for free, then people wouldn't grind tanks. Then they would put low BR or significantly lower BR tanks there on purpose. So yeah, this is obviously an optimized balance in the interest of Gaijin. And the last thing, if you're playing in a stack or in a group, even if it's just 2 people, your markers will have little numbers above them. Meaning one person is player 1, the other is player 2, and so on. And this way you can differentiate who marked what. This is highly beneficial, especially if you play, for example, in a plane and you're scouting the ground by spamming the V button to hopefully find a tank or something like that. And your teammate knows where something is and he tries to click on the area where you should bomb. This way you can perfectly differentiate where something actually is and where you just try to find something. Yeah, so these markers are really useful and yeah, improve the game, improve teamwork basically, which is something Enlisted absolutely needs. Alright, that's it. Let me know what you think and how your experiences were so far. And happy games, and until soon, goodbye.